Guys, a second video today. Back in February, I think it was, I got a request via Facebook from one of my wonderful, amazing subscribers, Jessie Simmon, to talk to you guys about my skincare routine. I guess I'll just start off with a little bit about my skin. If I were to pick one skin type, I would say that I'm oily. It used to be back when I was doing the cleanse, tone, moisturize routine of my teenage years, I would get greasy within a matter of hours. Not just, in my T-zone, but, around on my cheeks and everywhere. And for a while I was remedying that by using milk of magnesia, which I have a video on from ancient history way back when. It's like a mattifying lotion. Believe me, it's an awesome trick. But I would say I have oily skin, and sometimes these days by the end of the day, after I work out and everything, but my skin will have a little sheen to it. I don't have the issues with that I used to, and I think it's because of something that I am now using. I will address that later. But anyway, if I were to pick a skin type, I would say that I have oily skin. And I did struggle with acne during my teenage years primarily. I tried Proactive and that didn't work. What ended up working for me was a prescription medication called Duac. Prescription, as I said, and obviously I'm not a doctor. I have basically no authority on this, but that's just what my doctor prescribed for me and what worked. Basically, it's just a topical benzoyl peroxide cream that also contains a medicine called clindamycin. It's an antibiotic, and that really helped kill off the acne that I was having. Again, it's prescription, so don't think you can go out and buy it. You have to talk to your doctor if you're going to try it. But anyway, that is a little bit of history about my skin. My biggest problem now, I think, is hyperpigmentation. If I break out anymore, it's generally due to food or stress, or both. The two kind of go hand in hand for me. Or biotin. I was taking biotin for a while, and I was for a little bit on the maximum dosage, but I've been having trouble drinking enough water with that, and it was causing my skin to break out. I just stopped a few days ago, and it's gone down, but I was getting like little baby whiteheads here and there. I got a pimple like under my eyebrow, and I was breaking out like here along my jaw and even onto the top of my neck, which has never happened to me before. So other than that, though, I haven't really had any big issues with acne. As I said, it's the dark marks that get left behind, because in the event that I do break out, it seems I inevitably get a dark mark left behind, because most of my breakouts, I usually don't get whiteheads, and I don't think I've ever had a blackhead. I usually get like the red ones that just kind of sit under your skin. They never actually develop a head or break the surface. They just sit there, and they're sore and they're harder to treat. That's the kind that I have, and they tend to leave dark marks. I don't have any actual scars. I don't think the scars usually look like it's kind of like a little pinprick, like it's a little indentation in your skin. I don't think I have any of those, but I do get dark marks, as I said, for like the 5th time now. So that's, I think, my biggest problem with my skin. Alright, I will start off with what I do on a daily basis, and then I have a few extra treatments that I do not on a daily basis. So we'll kind of go like that. I have a basket of facial products here to share with you. So, ooh, watch me knock over my tripod. Alright, what I do on a daily basis, I only wash my face once a day now. It used to be I had to wash it twice a day, but as I kind of alluded to earlier, I think because of one product that I am now using on my skin does not get as oily, and when I wake up it looks fine. The most I do is maybe blot at it with toilet paper, because blotting papers are expensive and toilet paper works just fine for me. Just to get rid of any extra little bit of sheen, no greasy areas or anything. I mean, my skin is fine, and I can go the whole day without developing any greases. Sometimes in the evening, as I said before, when I'm getting ready to go to bed, my face has gotten a little shiny by then, but I wash my face before I go to bed anyway. And the cleanser that I use now is Cetaphil. Ooh, hello, you're leaking a little bit. It's leaking a little bit out here, sorry. Cetaphil cleanser. This is the variety for normal to oily skin. I absolutely love this stuff. It is so gentle. It doesn't accentuate any redness in my skin like my old cleanser used to do. Cough, cough, Neutrogena. I was using a Neutrogena's Fresh Foaming Cleanser for a while, and what would happen was I would wake up in the morning and my skin would look pretty darn good for me, like nice and even and everything, and then I would go wash my face with that stuff, and then, where all my breakouts were and whatnot, the redness would be much more pronounced after I wash it. So I decided, hey, maybe it's my cleanser. And I looked around, and people were saying a lot of really good things about this, and I tried this, loved it, and haven't looked back. It is lower lathering. It doesn't get as foamy, but that's probably a good thing considering the ingredients that give lather. Like you may or may not have watched my video on co-washing and shampoos and the chemicals in shampoos that get them to lather that can really dry out your skin. So this is great. It doesn't lather like that. It's number 2 ingredient besides water is sodium lauryl sarcosinate. I'm assuming that's a different kind of cleaning agent. As I said, it doesn't lather as much, and it doesn't strip my skin, because, you know, with oily skin, the weird thing is you have to strike a balance. Obviously, you don't want to put too much moisture in your skin because it's going to make your skin greasy, but you also don't want to dry your skin out because then your skin is going to produce even more oil to compensate, and it's just going to be even greasier and oilier. Oilier? More oily? I don't know. So that's the tricky thing about oily skin, and I don't have a problem with this. It's, as I said for like the 3rd time now, very gentle. I mean, they say it removes excess oil without drying, seems fine, rinses clean, leaves fine. I absolutely love this. As I said, I haven't looked back. It's very nice and gentle, and you know, it doesn't have any dye or anything in it that I know of. I don't think so. Masking fragrance, okay, but I don't think it has any dyes in it. Just very gentle. I would highly recommend this. This is my go-to cleanser now. And this is the normal to oily skin variety. There's another variety, I think it's for like dry to normal skin or something. I haven't tried that. This seems to work fine for me, and as I said, my skin does lean oily, so I'm content with this. I'm quite happy with it. Alright, and then after I cleanse, I no longer tone, and to be honest, I'm not even sure what a toner is supposed to do. My skin is fine without toning. For a while I was using witch hazel as a toner back during my acne days. I was using, then I moved to a toner by the brand Sea Booth with, has witch hazel in it, and I forget what else. I think I still have a little bit of it left. It was like a spray. Nice natural things, but as I said, I don't think my skin really needs toner. It seems fine without using toner. So anyway, at night after I've washed my skin, I've washed my face, I should point out now, I actually wait until after I've washed my skin, I'll wash my face to take off my makeup, because, well, I guess I'll get to that in a moment. My moisturizer, I'm just kind of all over the place, guys, I apologize. My moisturizer, now I've alluded to this a little bit earlier in the video when I said that I am no longer having the issues with oily skin that I used to have, and I believe it is because of this. This is my moisturizer. This is, ladies and gentlemen, extra virgin coconut oil. I love this stuff. I actually wasn't using it on my face for a while. I originally bought it to use on my hair. You can use it for a lot more than just your hair. The jar is from the Spectrum brand, which is the brand that I can get at my grocery store when I'm home, but the stuff inside is the Walmart brand, Spring Valley or whatever. Extra virgin, the organic version, is in their supplement area. The stuff in the baking aisle in like your grocery stores, it's coconut oil, but it's been refined, so I think it loses a lot of its natural benefits, of which there are many. I don't have any like actual information prepared for you guys on coconut oil itself, so I can only tell you like what I know off the top of my head. Oils, number 1, are moisturizing, and this has this stuff I think is known to be like antibiotic and antimicrobial, and I think it's because of this stuff in it called lauric acid, which apparently does a lot of wonderful things for you. As I said, I don't have any material actually prepared on coconut oil itself, but my skin absolutely loves this. I use this as a moisturizer after I've washed with my Cetaphil. I just kind of pat it on, and yes, my skin will be a little shiny for a while, you know, while I'm brushing my teeth and whatnot, but as I said, this is at night, so I don't really care. And then I go to bed, and my skin just drinks this stuff up, and it has not clogged my pores. Any, you know, struggles that I've had with acne in recent years have been there before I started using this, and then, you know, later with the biotin, which I started long after I started using this. This stuff does not contribute to my breakouts in any way, and it does not make my skin greasier. What I think happened is that this stuff just kind of balances out my skin. It gives it the moisture that it needs to go, you know, throughout the next day and whatnot, without getting oily from having too much on it or getting oily from not having enough. I love this stuff. And then, as I mentioned a little bit earlier with taking my makeup off, I leave my makeup on while because I only wear eye makeup, I don't wear facial makeup, while I wash my face, and then after I've put this stuff around as a moisturizer. I actually use this as a makeup remover now too. I'll put a little bit on a cotton round and use it to take off my eye makeup. It's absolutely fantastic. And then once it's gotten all the eye makeup off, the film that's left on my skin is kind of like a combination of an eye cream, which I'm not entirely sure I even need to be using yet, but it's like an eye cream. You know, start early, I guess, help keep your skin moisturized. It's a combination of, for the third time now, it's a combination of an eye cream and like an eyelash serum, the film that leaves on my skin, because I know this area needs moisturized too. This is actually the most delicate skin on your face right here, and that's why you start developing wrinkles there, like crow's feet and whatnot, long before anywhere else on your face. So as I use this stuff absolutely all over my face, and my body really seems to like it. It's helped, I think it has helped a lot with the hyperpigmentation that I've had. I've put it on pimples and it seems to help with that. This is absolutely incredible stuff. Extra virgin coconut oil, I absolutely love it. And yeah, this stuff I'm pretty sure is like one of those miracle products from nature, and there's a lot of information out there on it, so if you want to go check it out for yourself, I highly recommend it. But this is my moisturizer. So that is what I do on a daily basis. Every night, just wash my face and moisturize with coconut oil. And then I have a few other treatments that I do more rarely, sometimes like once a week. It kind of depends. So I will go through those now. I do exfoliate. I'm dropping it. I do exfoliate. This is the Ives. Their apricot scrub. They've since changed their packaging, but I know this stuff is really popular. It's sulfate free, it's paraben free, 100% natural exfoliants. I think they use walnut shell powder. I love this stuff too. I will use this maybe twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. I mean, you don't want to use it too much, but you know, your skin does need scrubbed occasionally, and since I have oily skin, it's good to, you know, help clean some gunk out. I just kind of use this like whenever my skin looks or feels like it's getting kind of cruddy on the surface and the Cetaphil isn't getting rid of that, just the oil. I will use this, just as I said, to kind of clean out. So this is my exfoliating scrub. It's the Ives apricot scrub. It's not the one with salicylic acid. There's another variety that I know is made for acne prone skin. This is just the regular stuff, and I absolutely love it. You can find it at your drugstores. So this is my scrub. And then after that, I have, I guess, 3 more treatments that I will use sometimes. Number 1, this is one thing that I love to use as a mask, is raw honey. The brand is called Really Raw, and I got this down at my grocery store, and like they have like a little organic food section. This jar was probably $10, and I have some notes here that I wrote specifically on organic honey, so I will go through that for you guys, for a little information, just so you know, like why this is so good for your skin. And this is from a website called beauty@skindeep.com. The reason why you want raw honey over the regular store-bought kind is because the store-bought kind has been processed and heated, which tends to kill off a lot of its really good natural properties, like the enzymes and just the general nutritional content, which are still in the raw stuff, and that is what is so good for your skin. Now, according to the website that I found, now honey's natural pH is around a 4.5, which they say is within skin's healthy natural pH range. So I guess basically it won't like mess up your skin chemically. That's the most I can make of that. And it also has what they called peroxide properties. Basically, apparently when you mix honey with water, it forms hydrogen peroxide. Like the stuff in the brown bottle that, you know, you dab on your cuts and it foams and fizzes and turns white while it's cleaning out the cut. It's an antiseptic. And antiseptics like benzoyl peroxide, I believe, is an antiseptic that you can put on your face to help with pimples that are caused by bacteria. You can get that same action from this, and it's actually a lot more gentle than benzoyl peroxide because this stuff also moisturizes. I have written down here that it is a natural humectant. So what that means is it kind of pulls in moisture from the air and it kind of helps lock it in. So where benzoyl peroxide will basically dry out your skin, I mean, if you've ever used an acne treatment, they can leave you pretty flaky. This stuff will actually moisturize as well while helping treat pimples and whatnot. And supposedly, I also have written here that it contains some alpha hydroxy acids, which are very mild acids that can help get rid of dead skin, and I'm assuming excess pigmentation as well. It supposedly has lightening properties. I have heard of people using honey to lighten their hair, undoubtedly because of the hydrogen peroxide. I haven't tried that, but as I said, if you mix it with water, you get hydrogen peroxide, so maybe that has something to do with it. But if you can lighten your hair with honey, it would have the same effect on your face as like a skin brightener, and as I said, with hyperpigmentation. So here, I'll put this away to the side for a moment. I will let you guys see what this looks like. Hopefully this will come up. As you can see, it is a lot thicker than the stuff that you buy in the squeezy bottle off the shelf in the grocery store, and it has a different color. It's a lot lighter in color. And when I bought this stuff, you can kind of still see chunks around like the inside of the jar. It had this layer on top of what kind of looked like a scrub. What it actually was, it says here on the label, it contains pollen, propolis, I hope I'm saying that right. I looked it up on Wikipedia, and apparently it's a kind of resin that forms from like the bees flying from flower to flower. It's a kind of resin basically from the pollen collection process. And honeycomb. So it has pollen, which by the way didn't affect my allergies. So if you have pollen allergies, I mean, don't really worry. It contains pollen, propolis, and honeycomb. That was like this layer on the top. I probably could have used that on my skin as like an exfoliant, but what I ended up doing was scooping it out and eating it with a bowl of oatmeal. Frankly, it tasted kind of disgusting, but it tasted like honey, like it was just like skinnily sweet. But anyway, very, very natural stuff. But then once I got rid of that, it was just the regular honey underneath. And what I will do with this, I just apply it as a mask. After I use my Cetaphil, sometimes after scrubbing with the Saint Ives and exfoliating, I will just spread a thin layer of the honey over my skin, and I will leave it on for 15-20 minutes, and then just rinse it off. It rinses off just fine. Just make sure to be thorough, and make sure you get your hairline and everything, otherwise you'll find like sticky bits. And then after I rinse that off, I'll put the coconut oil on. And it's just a really nice mask, and after I do that, when I wake up the next morning, my skin is so much softer and smoother, and like any pimples I've noticed are dramatically reduced in the morning. So this stuff really helps. And as I said, it probably will run you, this was about $10 for an 8-ounce jar. I mean, compare that to like a $10 mask or an even more expensive mask that you might buy somewhere, and this is all natural. This is really good. I mean, I recommend using this too, and my skin really seems to like it. So that is special treating mask number 1. This is special mask treatment number 2. This one I will use maybe once a week or once every couple of weeks, because it is harsher, and it is lemon juice. Well, this stuff in the plastic lemon bottle is actually like the reconstituted stuff made from concentrate, and then they throw I think water back into it. Ooh, that would be the garage door if you heard that. My parents just came home. So I imagine the stuff from an actual lemon would probably be better, but this stuff seems to work just fine as well. As I said, I only do this maybe like once every couple of weeks, or once a week tops, because it is a much stronger acid than any of the acids that are in honey. I mean, think about it. Acids make things sour. Lemon juice is a lot more sour than honey, and they can be kind of drying on your skin. But what I will do with this, also, after I use my Cetaphil, and typically after I exfoliate as well, I will pour a bit on a cotton round, and then I just wipe that over my face. It does sting a little bit, but that's okay, and I'll leave it on for 5 or 10 minutes probably, and then I just rinse it off again, being very, very thorough, and then I put my coconut oil on. And this also is a source of mild acids, alpha and beta hydroxy acids, which help slough off skin and can help lighten marks. Basically, this stuff is like a really cheap at-home acid peel for your skin, a milder version of an acid peel for your skin, and it can help get rid of scar tissue here, because remember, your skin is constantly regenerating itself. It's creating new layers underneath, and then at some point the top layers will kind of fall off, and you shed them, and that's how these marks will heal. And this can help with that process. And also, again, with the acids in it, can be a skin brightener and help lighten marks, and just kind of, again, like a really cheap peel. For this bottle cost me 88 cents at Walmart. So that is my lemon juice treatment. And then let's see, let me follow my checklist of all my items that I have here to talk to you about. Okay, I have one more extra mask. This one you can buy off the shelves, and it is the Queen Helene Mint Julep mask. I forget where I originally heard about this, but I mentioned it to my mom and she is familiar with the brand Queen Helene. It's been around for a while and I can say I'm not really surprised because this stuff is pretty darn awesome. This bottle, I found it at Dollar General for $3 and I've used it several times and it, you know, I still have most of the bottle left. This is a mask of kaolin, if I'm saying that right, which is a kind of clay, I believe, and sulfur, which is there. I know Proactive has a similar product. They have like a kaolin clay and sulfur mask that is supposed to help dry, according to this one anyway, this stuff is supposed to help dry up acne, pimples, rinse away blackheads, and shrink enlarged pores. I know it has definitely smoothed out my skin. Like, for instance, I think the Proactive stuff is supposed to do a similar thing because larger pores exude more oil and make your skin look rougher. So by tightening them, not as much oil can escape onto the surface of your skin and your skin looks smoother. This stuff, it does not smell disgusting at all, by the way. It just has a very strong mint smell. So if you were kind of turned off by the sulfur, don't be. It just smells, again, very strongly like peppermint. The directions don't say if you are supposed to put this on wet or dry skin. I'm assuming kind of like damp skin. They just say cleanse face and neck thoroughly and then apply the mask generously and allow it to dry for about 15 minutes. I guess you would probably put it on moist or damp skin. But yeah, you just spread it around and then, you know, kind of look like the cliched scene of the woman with, you know, whatever green mask on her face while it's drying. And then you'll kind of feel it start to turn really tight as it dries and the color will change to be a lighter green. And then you just rinse it off. And as I said, I'm not sure how often I use this, honestly. This is kind of just like a once in a while fun thing, but it has definitely smoothed out my skin, and it's just fun to do. It's just fun to do, and it smells good, and as I said, it has smoothed out my skin considerably. So those are the masks that I use from time to time, and then I also have here, this is the medicine that I was talking about earlier. It's Duac. Again, it is prescription only. This is kind of left over from an old prescription that I have that I never used up, and I just kind of keep it on hand for emergency treatments. It is, I think, a bit more effective than like a benzoyl peroxide cream that you might get at the drugstore because it does contain this antibiotic in it as well, clindamycin. And this is what really got rid of my acne, and as I said, I still kind of have this tube that I didn't use up that I'm kind of keeping on hand for emergency treatments, and that really helps. So that's kind of unofficial. But I think I covered everything. That is basically my skincare routine, and one more skin tip that I can give you guys is just drink your water. Drink it, drink it, drink it. I have a huge water bottle. I don't have it here, but it's like 22 ounces, about that big. It's stainless steel. I carry it to class with me. I carry it, you know, shopping with me, full of water, and just try to taking sips throughout the day, like constantly sipping your water. That will help get a lot more into your system rather than just like glugging it down and then filling your stomach. Water, guys. I can't stress this enough. It's necessary for healthy cell function. Your body is, I forget what the actual percentage is, 60 or 70 some percent, I think, water. So, I mean, if your body's made of water, it needs to maintain water levels in it to function. And it helps flush out toxins, anything, you know, from your food that might be causing you to break out. It's just good for you. Drink your water. That's the only other tip I can give you. Obviously, if you have any questions, please ask. Swing by my Facebook page. Thank you always for your support. Thank you, Jessie, for the request. And I guess I will see you guys next time. Bye.